right, happy Wednesday,
Yes.
everyone. Yesterday I thought it was Wednesday. Today I'm thinking it's Thursday. We're all jumbled up.
All right. Well,
It's fine.
tomorrow I'm going to give you a calendar.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. It's a gift in advance.
Welcome into News 10 Plus, everyone. I am Taylor Gattoni, and joining me now is Nicole Buchmann with Studio 10. How are you doing halfway through the week?
We're doing good. We've been keeping busy. We had a lot of shoots.
We're out and about.
Out and about, preparing some fun stuff for you all this week. And today we are taking you to Mackinac Island. Right now, there is a fabulous festival. The Lilac Festival is happening up there.
I've been seeing everything about it, and so I'm like, when am I actually going to start seeing stuff on it? And Studio 10 has us covered.
Yes. So we'll tell you a little bit about what they're doing, what you can still do. And then, too, if you have a trip to Mackinac Island or are on the cusp of like, okay, when do I want to go? We're going to be talking to the tourism agency up there about some tips and tricks to help plan your next trip. That's a tongue twister right there.
I don't even want to
Tips
try
and
that.
tricks to help plan your next trip. Nope, I don't. I saw.
Poem.
It is a poem. It is
I'm
a
impressed
poem.
you said it again.
Yes, but anyway, so we have that, and that'll be a lot of fun. And plus, too, they gave us some fudge. When we're keeping it though until Friday, which is National Fudge Day.
Oh, good luck trying not to eat that. I actually walked by the Studio 10 office earlier, and I saw that little pink box on your desk. I was like, fudge. I was like, Nicole, I got to talk to you about that.
Yes, it's straight from the island, and they gave us some unique flavors, not just plain chocolate. There's
Okay.
you'll have to tune in on Friday to
No
get that.
spoilers yet.
Yes. But anyway, also on today, we're continuing our lead up to Juneteenth because we have a fabulous special that's happening, of
Yeah.
course, on Monday.
Unity
and
in our
Tuesday.
community.
Yes, definitely. And so leading up, we've been having highlighting different Lansing change makers in our community. And today we have the sweetest lady in the world. She has so many years of research and experience, and she definitely headed how menopause impacts women of color. And so it's just really interesting. And she's just the kindest lady, the sweetest smile, but so passionate, and you can hear it in her voice. So we're excited to introduce you to her. And then, oh my goodness, later on, we have,
You have dedication as well.
we have also dedication. Yes, keeping us in the loop. So of course we are announcing day 3 winner of our giveaway, Father's Day giveaway. We've been asking you all week long, how dedicated is your dad? And it's super easy just to go online to wilx.com/contest. Tell us how dedicated your dad is, and you can win these prizes that are on the screen. Yes. And David Andrews does not deserve any of it. He just gave us a big 0. Because it's supposed to be a wave. He should have given us a wave. But anyway. So it's really cool. But we're going to take you to Looking Glass Brewing. They're one of our sponsors because sometimes, we love to give dad ties and whatever, but sometimes you want to give them the gift of experience and food. So Looking Glass Brewing is perfect place to go. So we're going to get some tasty treats. They're doing a big whole Father's Day giveaway, or not giveaway, that's what we're doing. Father's Day buffet on Sunday. So they'll tell us a little bit about the food. But
And hey, who doesn't love food? What's the saying? It's like a way to a man's heart is through their stomach or something like that.
I think so.
There you go.
I was about to say, like, you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. That works too.
Yes. But so there's a lot of fun that we're having on Studio 10 today. So we're excited for you to join us. And it all starts today at 3 p.m. And it'll be good. It'll be good week. I'm excited. Colton will be joining us too, and you'll be seeing him in a hot minute.
You will be. So I will have Nicole head out now as she moves and gets ready for Studio 10 because that's coming up in less than 50 minutes. But if you ever want to stay connected with Studio 10, if you can go to all of the different ways on your screen right now. You see it says stay connected. You can see their website, their Instagram. You can also see their email, ways to stay connected with Studio 10. Also, if you're unable to make any of their shows at 3 o'clock. If you're unable to tune in, all you have to do is go to their YouTube page at WILX Studio 10. All you're going to do is hit that subscribe button. You will get alerts anytime that they post a video, and you can stay up to date with that and make sure you're seeing all of their fun content. Again, the Lilac Festival happening up in the UP. That is exciting. All the pretty colors.
Mackinac Island, yeah. Some of my friends are going to that. I always say that I am going to take my mom there to the Lilac Festival because she loves lilacs, but I've never have. And I was going to do it this year, but then I have a wedding. I'm just
You're
been
very
so
busy.
and so it just didn't work out this year. So hopefully next year we can do that.
There you go. Well, yeah, they'll keep having them. They're flowers. They keep reblooming, right?
That's the thing about flowers. They come back.
They come back.
Especially lilacs. Weather-wise, though.
Lilacs could use some rain showers, Colton.
Anything outside could use some
Anything,
rain.
yes.
Yeah, we've seen some, but just not a lot, right? So Lansing picked up 0.01 inches of rain yesterday.
Little bit.
And then over the weekend, 0.14. So just nothing. I mean, that's something, but it's not much more than that.
We are scraping for the rain. I don't even know if scraping's the right word. We are...
a drop in the bucket.
There it is. That's good.
Yeah, really just a couple drops in the bucket is what we've seen as of late. So the good news is that we do have some more rain in the forecast for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That's our only rain chance moving forward. So we could use more, and we'll see a little bit more, but not a ton more. Outside this afternoon, though, we have temperatures that are warming into the 60s and 70s. We have a few clouds that are out there, but overall, it's been a pretty pleasant day, I would say, around mid-Michigan after some of the clouds and cooler temperatures that we've been seeing as of late. And temperatures over the next several hours will likely rise a few more degrees into the middle to upper 70s, and then kind of begin to fall later on this evening into the 60s. It will be nice weather if you're going to be heading to tonight's Lugnuts game, 7:05 first pitch. The weather there should be really nice in the 70s and then falling into the upper 60s. So if you're going to be heading to the game tonight, always cool, fun events happening at Jackson Field during these games. So it's going to be a nice evening out there for any football. Oh, my goodness.
It's midweek. Give us all a break.
But it's my Monday, so I think that's...
It is your Monday.
I don't even know why I said football. I don't even know where that came from. Baseball, if you're going to be watching baseball. Oh, boy.
That's all right, Leah. Lansing Lugnuts. Okay, they start off at 7:05.
They play ball. They play some sort of ball. Baseball.
And it's on Wednesdays though. It's their dog days of summer, so there you go.
Gosh,
you can look forward to that. I'm sure the dogs would love. This is very nice weather to bring your dogs, right? If it's raining, you never want that wet dog smell. So tonight's perfect. No. That's the worst.
And it's not too warm, so they're not going to be too hot out there either.
I don't want them suffering out there.
Right.
Yeah, nope.
So all around, good weather for that. And, we've been talking about this. Look at these rainfall totals so far this month. And this comes after seeing 2 days of rain. Lansing, it was so unlucky, Lansing, with the rainfall the past couple of days. Looking at the radar, and it was just like, nope, not for you, Lansing. Everyone else is going to see a little bit more than you. And it was just like, all right. So that's why Lansing is obviously the lowest there. We're about 1.5 inches behind on the month of June. Remember, this is just for June. If you add this on top of what we saw in May, we're a good 4 inches behind when it comes over the last couple of months. So
Which is significant.
Yeah, and it's growing, right? We don't have a ton of rain in the forecast, and it does look like as we move forward here that our weather patterns suggest that we're going to get into another dry stretch and potentially adding in some heat with it too. So not the best news.
So anyone having some troubles right now, like any farmers, there's farmers markets that are getting ready. People with their gardens, their lawns, they're really going to have to find other ways to hydrate soil.
Yeah, and I've been even keeping an eye on just the rain that we have seen. The grass still looks a little brown. It hasn't been a lot. And, it's kind of like a broken record coming up here and saying this. You can see that. That's our MSU Skycam and the brown grass at MSU. Nothing that they're doing wrong, right? Don't want to say that. But definitely the greenest grass that's on campus right now is there at the practice football stadium there on the left-hand side. There's the football. That's what I was thinking of. The greenest grass is over there for the players I don't know what they do during summer, but I'm sure they're doing something, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're still using the fields. Oh, yeah, you see the one field in the left side. That's still green, but the other one's right in the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that is...
not great.
That is just brown right there.
Yeah, so we have this one chance of seeing rain tomorrow. I do think it's a pretty good chance of seeing some showers and storms around here, but after that, we dry back out. But this weekend, it is Father's Day weekend, so we are going to see some nicer weather take place around the area. So let's show you this on the hour-by-hour forecast. I'm going to pause this later this evening. If you have any plans tonight, I showed you earlier today. This tries to suggest there could be a sprinkle. I think we'll stay dry. But if you want to have dinner outside tonight, looking good. We'll have temperatures in the 70s. I hope you do enjoy that. Now, tonight into tomorrow, we're going to see our next storm system come in. Now, this is going to be coming in from our northwest. It may try to bring us a sprinkle or two tomorrow morning, but I think a better chance for rain will come during the middle part of the day, probably early afternoon, when we could see a few scattered showers or maybe even a few thunderstorms try to develop. While the severe chance is very low, it's not zero. So we may see some of these storms try to bring some heavier rain, maybe some gusty winds or some small hail. At this point, the severe weather chance is very low, but we'll have to see how kind of tomorrow pans out. If we can get some sunshine in here and destabilize the atmosphere a little bit more, we may see some of those stronger storms. Then they push out of here. So by tomorrow evening, dinner time thereafter, we're basically done with the rain chance. So you saw how scattered it was. Not everyone sees this tomorrow. So if you do see some rain, consider yourself lucky, because the vast majority of us probably will not see rain heading into tomorrow, which is just not the best news.
So really, when people might be coming, not everyone, but for those who head home from work around that 5 o'clock time, they might get some of that rain.
Right, correct. And, a lot of it will be pushing east of at that point. And one of the reasons why I want to show you one of our models here, not because it shows a lot of rain with our rainfall, but because it really does highlight, how isolated and scattered it is. Look at Lansing. I mean, according to this model, lucks out again, doesn't luck out again, I should say. So, depending if we get one of those showers or storms that pop up, you could see some slightly higher rainfall totals. But the vast majority of us, this is not the widespread soaking rain that we need to get rid of this drought. It's just not going to be that tomorrow, unfortunately. But it's better than nothing. We'll take it. And this may be our last rain for a while.
So we're going to be a little desperate for the rain soon. We're already pretty desperate right now.
Yeah, so we could definitely use more, especially our farmers. We've been talking about that. Farmers need the rain. It's a tough time to not get rain this time of year, just because this is when the plants are going into the ground. Could always use some more rain. We just don't have a lot of forecast. But what we will be seeing moving forward, if my iPad will advance, there it goes.
There we are.
Is the return of some summer heat. So we've been kind of enjoying a little bit of a break from this. I've loved it. My AC hasn't been on, so I'm sure my electric bill will not be crazy high. But as we get to the weekend, we're back into the 80s, middle 80s by Father's Day and Juneteenth. So it's going to be hot. So any events that you might have outside for either of those holidays, water, staying cool,
stay dry.
Yeah. So no rain chances. We may see some rain chances towards the end of next week, but the vast majority of the next 10 days are dry, and nothing significant at this point.
Okay. Now you were talking about the storm tomorrow, and depending on where that hits in the area, you can always stay up to date though with the First Alert Weather app, and people probably should, because if it's hitting different areas, and also we need this rain, so we need to see where it's going, and it could change throughout the day. Yeah,
and a very useful thing in the First Alert Weather app is the radar that's in there. You can zoom in, zoom out, show you where the storms are happening and when they're happening. We post video updates. You can get a look at temperatures. Everything that you need in there is there. And of course, you get push notifications. So if we did end up seeing any severe weather tomorrow, I'm not saying we will, but it also sends you a push notification with any watch or warning information. So it is a great all-in-one tool to keep you updated with it. And the best part is it's free.
Free off of Google Play and off of the Apple App Store right there. I was using it this morning because before you came in, I was like, well, Colton's not in yet. I can't ask him what the weather is yet, right? We rely on you a little too much. So I have the First Alert Weather app. I'm checking through, and I'm like, when are we getting our next rain chance? And I saw that tomorrow we have those scattered thunderstorms, and I was checking when it would be coming in, because my favorite, I want to hear your side. When you go to bed at night and it's thunderstorming, do you just sleep like a baby?
Oh, yeah. Well, I normally don't sleep because I like to listen to it. And then open your window a little and you can hear it. By far the best thing.
You see the lightning in the sky.
I love it. I want that.
We're going to be at work, though, all day. So we're going to feel
and we just
haven't
even seen it. Even yesterday, we saw a few showers that moved through, and it was nice. I opened up my window and I could hear the rain coming down. It's just so relaxing, and it was nice to get some rain. Most of us did see some rain over the last couple of days, and it just kind of feels a little bit better outside. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm always paying attention. I'm like, oh my gosh, we need the rain.
It is your job.
It is literally my job. So I just felt relaxed, and I was happy to see the rain. And I'm always thinking of the bugs and the birds These are the things that go on in my mind. All right.
I don't know if I want to know.
Well, they need water, right?
Well, yes,
so like
they
it's
need the
nice
water.
to see some rain. So some puddles on the ground that they can enjoy.
Oh yeah, and that crinkly grass definitely needs some of that.
Well, I always laugh because I have this one neighbor who has a fountain in her yard.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's nice. It's a nice fountain. But it's always like there's so many birds and bugs always around it because that's water,
They're
'cause-
like, we're burning. We need
Yeah.
something.
so it's always a very popular spot. So that's what made me think of that. I'm sorry, it was weird.
No, it's okay. We'll take whatever. It was a good contribution.
Well, now that Taylor Swift is over, I have nothing else to talk about.
We actually have to talk about that. I want to hear all about it.
Yep.
I was watching some of your posts, and there were great videos. And you're saying traffic wasn't too bad going there.
No, honestly, the whole experience was not bad at all. Everyone expected it to be way worse, but we didn't run into any problems.
That's great. I want to hear about it. Okay, we're going to finish this up so we can
Okay.
talk soon. Okay, coming up during our 90 minutes of news here, which is what you can expect for later today. Coming up first at 4 during our Mid-Michigan Matters interview segment, we'll be bringing in a social worker with the East Lansing Police Department talking about different resources they provide to the community, especially when first responders are busy on those emergency calls. We talk to the social workers on how they, again, provide resources to the community and help bring that sense of calmness to everyone. Then coming up during our 90 minutes of news, starting with News 10 at 5, Aaron Bowling is at the state capitol where survivors of devastating car crashes, including a former Red Wing star, are urging legislators to make reforms to no-fault insurance. She'll have that story coming up. News 10 at 5. Then at 5:30, we have some affordable gifts for the tech-savvy dad on What the Tech. I don't know about you, Colton. My dad doesn't even know what the App Store is, and he claims he has no apps on his phone. So he is far from tech-savvy.
Yeah.
But if your dad does know how to do that, you'll want to tune in at 5:30. It's always trouble figuring out what to get for your dad. So this might
Oh my
be,
gosh, both my parents, though, I'll throw that. Impossible.
It's the worst. What, they have everything. What do you get them?
Exactly.
A hug?
That's what I say, a firm handshake.
A firm handshake.
Yeah.
That's good, I guess. Loving.
That's what I'm going to give David Andrews for his birthday, a firm handshake.
He's laughing at that. All right, coming up, News 10 at 6. The next fiscal year is fast approaching, and we check in at the Capitol on how the budget process is going as the deadline nears. But before we head out of here and get ready for Studio 10 coming up at 3, then first at 4 at 4 o'clock, we're going to send it to our reporters live out in the field to share what they have coming up today during the 90 minutes of news. So you don't have to listen to us talk anymore.
Coming up tonight, I'll talk to you about these Michigan strawberries and how farmers are having a little bit difficult time getting them to ripen up with this cold weather. Now over to you, Riley.
Thanks, Justin. The Michigan legislature is pushing through a packet of proposals that would help to further protect victims of sexual assault and violence. I'm talking with some of our local organizations who protect victims about what they say these bills are going to do to protect us locally. I'll tell you more about this story coming up at News 10 at 5:30. Tanaya, tell us what you're working on.
Thanks, Riley. For the first time in more than a year, the Federal Reserve will be leaving interest rates alone. The same interest rates that cause higher prices for food, cars, gas, and homes. I'll have that story coming up today on News 10 at 5:30. Deanna, what are you working on?
Thanks, Tanaya. A Livingston County newsletter has caused the Board of Commissioners to place restrictions on exactly what can be advertised and how. I'm Deanna Giles, and I'll have what's in the newsletter and the community's reaction coming up on News 10 at 6.
Today I'm talking about a child's overall well-being here in the state of Michigan. I'll have more on that story later tonight. Taylor, back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you guys. Justin, Riley, Tanaya, Deanna, and Amai, thank you for sharing what you have coming up during the 90 minutes of news today. Until then, any last minute notes, Colton?
No, make sure you tune in to Studio 10 at 3 o'clock, and then we'll take you into the 4, and then our 90 minutes news. So you can always get lots of updates throughout the day on Channel 10.
There we go. Have a great day, everyone.